Do not encourage you to take part in the Rotten Tomatoes drinking game and or any of the consumption of alcohol that our hosts and guests partake in. We're idiots. Please discontinue usage if any of the following side effects takes place: dizziness, blackouts, vomiting, nausea, passing out, or your friend drawing genitals on your face. We are not responsible for damage to any of your organs, and you should not be trying to keep up under any circumstances.
Good evening, everybody.
Oh, wait, hang on. Fuck, where is it? Sorry. Technical difficulties. If it wasn't an Exiled stream, it wouldn't be riddled with problems. You want to try that again, Doku? Go ahead.
Well, good evening, everybody. Sorry about the silence. Technical difficulties, as usual, because this is Exiled Opinions. Hope you're all having a great Saturday. Welcome to the Rotten Tomatoes drinking game. Boy, oh boy, it's going to be a fun night for this one.
Hashtag
How you doing,
Frank
Shandor?
Fucked up. I'm still kind of sick. Jacob is in the chat. He says, "Boo, the show sucks. Bring on Anita Sarkeesian. We want Anita. We want Anita."
Oh, God.
Okay, Jacob, we'll invite her on. So Anita, if you hear this and you want to come on with some toxic bone brains, please feel free to do so. Jelly Duck, how's
Chances
doing?
are, knowing her, she would take up on that offer because she surrounds herself with nothing but toxic bone brains.
Toxic bone brains. That's the theme of the evening. Toxicity. And what more toxic way to get toxic than with, well, toxic masculinity?
Yeah, this one's been making the rounds. Although, before we get into this, I gotta say, thank you, Yellow Flash, for letting me know one of the most absurd things I have heard of. Apparently, on October 4th, there is a movie coming out called, I shit you not, Cuck. And the synopsis is an isolated, angry man delves into pits of despair and rage while frequenting the messages of an alt-right forum. I'm not even joking. This is a thing. This is a movie.
Fuck yourself. Great. So I have to taint my birthday weekend with a fucking movie. Great. Thank you, Doku, you piece of shit. Jelly Duck.
It's my birthday weekend, too. Well, when that movie comes out, it will be. So this one's tainted,
Well,
and mine will be tainted. So we're double fucked.
That's what I'm saying. That's my birthday weekend. October 4th is the Friday before my birthday.
Yeah, well, like I said, your weekend and my weekend have both been tainted by a movie titled Cuck.
I want everyone to know that Doku's birthday is that Sunday.
Sure it is. But yeah, isn't it funny that these same individuals who get so mad about terms like snowflake and NPC and cuck are now the same ones using them?
It is. It's great. Jacob wants to talk about women's suffrage. Jelly Duck wants to know if this is the new Rambo movie. Yes, this is the new Rambo movie we're going to be reading reviews for. Jacob says the movie will be about some low testosterone beta who delves into the evil deep wastists.
I mean, I would be mad about this, but it's just so contrived and just such petty propaganda bullshit that I just can't help but laugh. And thank you, Jelly Duck, for the happy early birthday.
Oh man. So that there's no spoilers, I did go see this movie yesterday. I crawled my sickly paler than normally pale ass out of bed to go see this, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. I'm kind of upset that I don't have a voice because some of those kills were just so delicious. They were so tasty, and I'm just like, oh fuck. I can't celebrate with the rest of the theater. Everyone in the theater was like, yeah! Woo! Oh god, even that hurt. Oh shit. But yeah, it was a great movie. So you guys should go see it. Definitely. I give it a 9.5 out of 10. The quartering gives it, what was it, an 8.75 out of 10?
I don't know. I actually did not watch his review of it.
He said 8.75 out of 10. 7.75 because it was, it was okay. But another .1, or another 1 point rather, because of all the babies crying about it.
I
Yeah,
mean, the audience score is 85%, so
I know. And it's so delicious. The critics. Did you see what the critics have to say about this? Like the
I only
sequels,
briefly read a little bit.
like the sequels that preceded it, Rambo: Last Blood is content to indulge in bloody violence at the expense of its main character's once poignant story. These
It's
assholes
a
didn't
Rambo
even
movie.
fucking see the movie because he always had. Fuck you. I'm not saying
Like,
it was a good reason for him to go kill people, but damn, it was compelling from start to finish. There was not a single character that felt like it was a throwaway character. It sucked when something happened to I won't give it away, but it sucked to see the events transpire that triggered him into just completely cashing out everyone's chips.
I mean, and again, it's a Rambo movie. That's like complaining about violence in a Punisher movie. Like, are you
That's
fucking
like
kidding me?
that's like saying that there's too much gore and blood and death in a fucking Nightmare on Elm Street film.
Yeah. Then again, we're talking about the critics here. It shouldn't come as much of a surprise.
Or that there's too much death in the ABCs of death.
Yeah, like, uh, the critics are so fucking insufferable. I don't even have words to describe how much I fucking hate movie critics in current year.
Does that make us counter critics because we're critiquing the critics?
I
Hmm.
I guess if we're gonna talk semantics.
Jelly Duck wants to know what I think about the new Rambo movie. It's great. Watch it. Don't go watch it on F movies or anything. If you have it in a local theater, go pay to see it. It is amazeballs.
I have not seen it yet, so I'm mostly just gonna be sitting here laughing at salty critics.
Oh, and I love it when I see something. We're gonna have to revisit one of our drinking games.
Oh boy, which one is this gonna be?
I don't remember, but we're gonna have to revisit one. I think it's
I'm
Knives
sure we'll
Out.
come up with some.
I'm going to go see Knives Out. I'm going to see it. Whether or not I pay
Oh, I've
for it,
heard good. I've heard really good things about it.
yeah, I have too from the critics from last week.
Hmm. Oh boy. Oh boy, I'm just looking through some of these reviews.
I know it's great. Before we get started though, if you haven't already, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. Um, I would really enjoy seeing you guys hop on over to D Live and subscribing to us there, where we periodically give out Lino token for you guys to enjoy. Big ups to Jelly Duck for donating on occasion. Um, but we're gonna get our Streamlabs link out there, so if you guys feel like donating to us, that would help us out. You don't have to; that is completely optional. But it will help us with the channel. We're 10 subs away from meeting our 1 year goal. Doku, you're 10 subs away.
Yeah, I saw that.
If we can get those 10 subs in the next few weeks, um, we'll be able to continue doing what we're doing.
And also, Man Ray in the exiled chat. Hope you're bad. I can't talk. Hope you're having a good evening.
He says, "Hi, Sugar Tits. How you both doing? Doing great, Manta Ray. Thanks for asking." Um,
Oh boy, I know which one I'm reading first.
all right. So there is a Streamlabs link Jelly Duck says he's officially just hitting the 3K milestone. Awesome, dude. I'm glad to hear
Glad to
that.
hear.
One of us is
Good
gonna
job, Deli
make it
Duck.
around here.
Yeah.
Jelly Duck is from Kuwait, if I remember right. Nice little dust bowl. Manaray says, I'm here trying to cringe things up, my sweet boys. Why, thank you, Manaray. We appreciate it. I hate that I have to manually put in the stupid Streamlabs link. Alright, he's blowing us kisses. Why, thank you, Manaray. We really appreciate it. So let's dive in. I think there's okay. So let's take a look at this. Right, the last time we looked, when the advanced critic screening, there was like what 15 reviews, and it was like 5%.
It is something like that.
And now it
was not good.
88 reviews with a 30%. I really want to teabag the fucking critics, but we did that last week. So I'm gonna leave this up to you, Doku. Do we teabag the critics, or do we shit on the audience who's clearly got a fanboy boner for this?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Let's do one critic review each, and then we'll move on to the audience and give them some shit.
All right. Okay, we're gonna start with our favorite punching bag, Matthew Rosa.
Oh God, this guy
from Salon. Oh yes, Salon. Oops.
Yeah, God, Matthew Rosa. His never-ending pile of cringe with this one.
How do I just want to fucking get to the fucking... God damn it. Rotten Tomatoes. Stop fucking with your site.
Oh yeah, they switched it up. You got to click the full review thing off to the side because it's Rotten Tomatoes and they're constantly changing their site to, well, we all know why.
All right, Rambo Last Blood, the latest in a long-running franchise about a traumatized war veteran turned on-demand badass, is less an escapist action movie and more of a dramatized manifestation of the most notorious sentences from Donald Trump's presidential campaign's announcement speech.
Drink.
Oh my God! Fucking 4 drinks for this shit right here.
That's one hell of a way to start a review.
They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're bringing rapists, and some, I assume, are good people. Even for a series that has always been shaped by a right-wing worldview. Oh my God, drink. The only reason for this latest sequel to exist, besides generating profits from diehard Stallone fans, I hate Stallone. Alright? I hate Stallone. And the only franchise of his that I will sit down to watch is Rambo. Because of how well it is done. Diehard Stallone
Matthew
fans
Rosa.
is to validate MAGA world bigotries about Mexicans.
Double drink.
Dude, alright, before I completely start screaming and losing my voice in the next 10 minutes, I have to take a step back. I'm going to take a deep breath. Did you not see the movie, Matthew? You fucking prick. Alright, I'm going to have to spoil this as we go. And I apologize to everyone who hasn't seen it, but you should still go see it because it's still worth it. Because my God, is it an awesome movie. First off, his fucking kid, his adopted daughter of sorts, is fucking Mexican. The lady he lives with, her grandmother or something or whatever, is fucking Mexican. Alright? Yeah, he's totally a fucking bigot. You fucking piece of shit, Matthew Rosa.
This
When
guy is such a piece of work. Well, he
oh
does write for Salon. What do you expect?
oh, we're gonna get into this as I continue to drink. When New York Times film critic Janet Maslin reviewed the original movies in the series 1982's First Blood, she noted that Vietnam is to First Blood as rape was to Death Wish. It's the excuse for a rampage of destruction. She later added that the movie tries hard to make sure that Rambo will be seen as a tormented, misunderstood, amazingly resourceful victim of the Vietnam War rather than a sadist or a villain. He's definitely an anti-hero, right? He's definitely some dude who's off his nut. But that doesn't mean we can't enjoy him fucking things up in the process. Am I wrong?
And that's kind of the point of a Rambo movie.
Manta says, this was the first Rambo movie I have ever seen. It was a lot of fun. No, it was delicious. It was delicious. Jelly Duck says Matthew was canceled. No, he's definitely fucked in the head, right? There's no excusing his actions. Harvester, how's it going? Welcome to the chat. There's definitely no excusing John Rambo's actions, right? There's no excusing them. At least I don't think so.
I mean, yeah, he's kind of he's not exactly a hero, but I mean, it's like the Punisher is what he does. The actions of, say, Captain America or Spider-Man, no, very far from it, but they're understandable at least. Like, it's titled First Blood and Last Blood. Yeah, he has blood on his hands too. Like, that's the point. It's a revenge movie. Like, what the fuck do you guys not understand about this?
Wow, I love this next paragraph. All of this is true, but with a sinister twist. The film repeatedly perpetuates right-wing myths about America's treatment of Vietnam War veterans, such as they were regularly spit on and harassed by anti-war protesters. He quotes a 71 Harris Poll survey found that 99% of veterans said they were treated in a friendly manner by friends and family, and 94% said the same thing of their generational peers, meaning 6%. 6% of those polled by Harris were treated in the exact opposite manner. It makes valid points about PTSD and institutional indifference to veterans' health, but focuses on the idea that America's full of ingrates who can't appreciate the idealized Nietzschean hyper-masculine men that supposedly drink for fucking toxic masculinity represents everything noble about this country. When the protagonist goes on a rampage, it is morally justified. It is not. You have never fucking seen the movie, you piece of fucking shit. It is morally justified by how he's persecuted by small town cops, which they fucking did persecute. Oh my fucking god. I need a breath. I need to address the chat. Goatman, how's it going? Welcome to the chat, buddy.
Matthew fucking Rosa. This guy.
We're up to like 12 drinks, guys, in just this paragraph alone. Let's see. And his persecution is brought on by a sadism rooted not in truth, but in right-wing myths about America that allow its audience to root for someone who would otherwise be seen as contemptible. We rooted for him. We rooted for John Rambo because we wanted him to have justice. He did not get justice. He, like so many other fucked up vets who returned from Vietnam, did not see justice.
Oh, God. Matthew Rosa. This isn't even a review. This is just him whining about, it's too masculine.
We're not done yet. That is the key to understanding the Rambo movies. They are gruesome, cruel, egregiously violent stories that justify their existence with political messaging. The political messaging is that the government sucks. If they were straightforward exploitation films, which they're not, I don't know why you would get the idea that they were. explicitly meant to horrify, titillate, or just in general get the adrenaline pumping, they'd be as innocuous as any other action movie created in that style. The problem is they aspire to be more than escapist entertainment. Their goal is to send a message. The only message in Rambo movies is that in First Blood 2, Rambo 3, and John Rambo, in those 4 movies specifically, the only political message is the government sucks.
Yeah, the government sucks. It mistreats its soldiers, and sometimes if you want fucking justice, you have to take matters into your own hands, regardless of what it might cost you.
And that's the whole point behind this movie, is that he wanted justice for his daughter.
Yeah, like, again, it's a fucking Rambo movie.
Well, technically it was his niece, but he calls her his daughter in the movie. When you take action film genre tropes and graft a political narrative onto them, people often imbibe the ideology along with the spectacle. That is when they become propaganda. So this bitch, no. You're not even a bitch. You are below bitch. I don't even know what that level is. Oh my God.
Earthworm?
You are, no. There are
Amoeba?
demons in hell whose job it would be to rape you when you die, and they're not even going to want to do that.
Damn.
Because you're bitching about political narratives being grafted into entertainment, yet you praise Marvel. You praise Disney for the same shit. You praise shit like Star Trek Discovery. You need to reach up your own ass and pull your intestines down out of them and firmly put them into your mouth, sucking the shit from it in a never-ending cycle. You need to human centipede yourself, you piece of shit.
Damn. Drink for savagery.
The best film in the series is easily the second installment, 85's Rambo First Blood Part 2. You'll quickly notice that the titles become progressively more nonsensical. First Blood Part 2, Rambo 3, John Rambo. How is that nonsensical?
It's not like the formula of the movies have changed. It's not like the tone of the movies have changed. I know when I go to see Last Blood, I know exactly what the hell to expect. Yeah, we bitch about cookie-cutter formulas, but when it comes to continuations of 80s action movies, well, we don't go exactly to the theater to see a film like Rambo expecting to see soy boy man buns like fucking Matthew over here passing out teddy bears to all the poor women and children that are stuck at the border in the evil concentration camps. Like, go fuck yourself, Matthew Rosa. Like, what, was Rambo wearing a fucking MAGA hat through the whole movie, and that's what got your panties in a twist?
I just love that he's being pissy about the whole propaganda thing and can't even accept that his side is doing it. You fucking piece of shit. There is no propaganda to be had in fucking Rambo Last Blood.
And Dest, welcome to the chat. Yeah, we're ripping on Matthew Rosa, writer for Salon, one of our favorite soy boy punching bags.
This is the first review. I really hope Pete drops in because he's gonna mellow me out. Like, seriously. Got a couple chats to address. Manta Ray says that he just did 9 hours himself. Goatman says he put in 12 hours of work today. Yeah, dude, I would relax after that myself. Goatman says Sly Stallone, take my money. Yeah, no, definitely. I'm going to go see this movie again. I'm going to pay for another ticket to see this movie. Manta Ray says Cecil would be proud. Dester says,
yeah, he would.
Okay, I just walked into someone getting told to eat their own ass. You walked into someone being told to human centipede themselves. Is it bad I'm going to hand out ice hats to everyone at the theater? No, please do. Just for the sheer...
Oh, God, that would be fucking hilarious.
Just for the sheer giggles.
And that's the thing. I know you brought this up already, but how is this an anti-immigrant, anti-Mexican movie?
Nothing to do with Trump.
When his niece and his daughter are fucking Mexican. Like,
this piece of shit. No, this piece of shit is reading into shit that isn't even fucking there. How is it? I'm going to read this chat to you, Doku. Just tell me how this chat, how is this chat being auto-moderated by fucking YouTube? 40 hours of busting my back at work, so I'm just tired, so fuck off. How is that chat being auto-moderated? Like, YouTube is going out of its way to auto-moderate every fucking thing Dester says.
YouTube is going out of its way to just go full on 1984 on everybody's ass.
So I'm going to get back to the article now. You ready? You'll quickly notice that the titles become progressively more nonsensical, which at least had the good sense to be premium grade cheesy 80s schlock. It's cheesy 80s schlock now. Back then, it was hot shit. And it's hilarious that he would call it schlock now, even though fucking Marvel's pulling the same shit. The only difference is that everything Marvel puts out is a stupid as fuck, dude, where's my car buddy comedy. Things blow up real nice in that one. People get mangled and mauled in creative ways. He's talking about 85's First Blood 2. And from a pacing perspective, it zips right by like other 80s action classics, such as 87's Predator. You never fucking saw Predator, you piece of shit. And 88's Die Hard. You never saw Die Hard either, you piece of shit. Drink every time I call this asshole a piece of shit. Not including
if I remember correctly, that's 7 drinks added on to our total.
I've lost fucking count. Yet while the craftsmanship is top-notch as overwrought action movies go, the politics are still quite toxic. Drink for fucking toxic.
Oh my god, this whole thing, this whole article, Matthew Rosa, what the piss?
Pete, how the fuck's it going, man? Well, I was hoping you'd join in, because I need some balance here, man.
How do you do? How do you do? How's it going tonight?
Oh, dude, we're halfway through this article from Matthew Rosa, and I want to rip my testicles out and beat him to death with them. I want to beat some dude to death with my own testicles. How fucked up is that?
That's just pretty fucked up.
You know what? Don't do that. Don't do that, Frank, because knowing Matthew Rosa and his man bun, they'd probably enjoy it.
Manoray says, what do you say, John? Fuck him. Goatman says, a fictional man being in a movie. Oh, man, I can't even do that. Goatman says, the only thing he's seen hard was a big D raping his ass. Ooh. Ouch. James Von Maxwell, how's it going? Mad Dodge is not here, but thank you for joining us. It's good to see you as well, Maxwell. So, we're going to continue on with this article. As New York Times film critic Paul Kael wrote at the time, it's a wired-up version of the narcissistic jingoism of the John Wayne Second World War pictures. It's
just drink for the undercover toxic masculinity gesture.
Just drink for having other critics from the past fucking write his review for him. It's a wired-up version of the narcissistic jingoism of the John Wayne Second World War pictures. Its comic strip patriotism exploits the pent-up rage of Vietnam vets who felt their country mistreated them after the war, which they fucking did. And it preys on the suffering of the families who don't know what happened to their missing in action sons or brothers, fathers or husbands. As the son of a Vietnam War vet, I can tell you that shit fucked him completely. He didn't get any VA benefits. None. He barely got his insulin covered. Henry Moy says Rotten Tomatoes has hired a lot of SJWs as top critics. They criticize this movie because Rambo is a white guy and the idea of toxic masculinity and border wall politics. Ridiculous. Dester says downloading Discord on my phone. Gonna try and jump in. We're not actually on Discord anymore. We've swapped over to StreamYards. So what are our thoughts so far that we've reached the halfway point of this article? Is this guy a shithead or what?
I just I don't even know. I feel like I need to just go down to the local sex shop, find the largest dildo I possibly can, and then send it to his PO box. Because
Why even waste the money?
that's a fair point. Yeah,
You
I agree
know,
with Man Ray. Fuck him.
it's a real shame. So much controversy around this film. So much controversy. Unnecessary controversy. Rambo's a hero for the ages. A hero for the ages. A tragic hero. And I think that this movie is right for the times. It's right for the times.
I agree with Pete on this one.
No, I do as well.
Before you jumped in, we were already saying like the whole point of a lot of the previous Rambo films is it's not about Desert Storm, Iraq War, Afghanistan War, who get completely screwed over by the VA and the government that they put their fucking lives on the line to serve. Like,
Yeah.
that's the point. There's no pro-Trump message in this. If anything, it's fuck the government. You got to do something. Man up and fucking do it.
Yeah, and in this one, I don't know if you've seen it yet, Pete, but you should if you haven't. In this one, he's just kind of trying to do his own thing and be left alone. He's trying to raise this girl, and like have a family of sorts. And when that goes south, he exacts revenge. Like it's revenge fantasy, the pure, plain and simple.
Well, that's what Rambo is. Rambo is the personification of revenge. They drew first blood. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, no, exactly.
he's a
Yeah,
man
he was
pushed
the
to the limits.
Punisher before Punisher was a thing.
Dude, a lot of these messages are getting held for review. I'm having trouble keeping up with with clicking the show button. James says, "Always great to
I'm
see
trying
you
to help.
guys." Wait, you guys is now offensive. Goatman, Dester, let me go back. Manta Ray says, "Fuck 'em." Jelly Duck says, "Fuck movie critics. The movie was great." Destier says, "The fuck is that now? Because I'm busy working." StreamYards is a relatively new service. It's a replacement for Google Hangouts, for live on air. Hangouts live on air, right?
Yeah, I actually like StreamYards better, to be honest.
It's got more features than Hangouts does, but it's not as powerful as OBS. So I'm using both. Goatman says, "I remember them bitching about Kingdom Come Deliverance being white and male. Never heard of the game before that. Bought it and loved it." Yeah, no, these assholes make such a big stink about it. Everyone goes and sees it and loves it.
It's the Streisand effect. Like, it's sort of like that meme that's been floating around with the gun shop that has Beto O'Rourke as like employee of the month or something.
I'm gonna continue on with this because we have limited time. We've got about 40 minutes left before Pete goes live. 45 minutes, something like that. Uh, or is it like an hour and 20? I can't do the math right now. My brain is cloudy. But Pete goes live in about an hour 20 ish, right, Pete?
Yeah, we going at 1:30, so we've got about 50 minutes.
Yeah. So about it, a little less than an hour. So I'm going to continue this, and we're just going to go around. I think this is going to be the only critic review we read, because this is just rich right here. Yes, Rambo First Blood Part 2 is all about the idea that communists know good nicks, drink, and their liberal, pencil-pushing bureaucratic enablers in Washington drink, secretly know that there are Vietnam War POWs being held captive by one-dimensional Vietnamese caricatures, drink, being tortured because America reneged on war reparations after the conflict. One wonders how leftists are supposedly such spendthrifts on certain occasions and then cheap on others. Drink. It vilifies both the Soviet Union and the Vietnamese in ways that are consistent with a neoconservative philosophy. Drink, both in Cold War era and by implication in our own, and adds some conspiracy theorizing on top of that. Once again, imagine a casual Republican watching this movie, having a blast, and then cursing about them damn liberals who betray America's soldiers but never pick up a gun themselves. Drink and drink.
Oh my god, I just got cancer from that.
Destier says, "Was gonna do Discord to keep from getting censored. That stream thing got a phone app, not near a computer." I think so. Doku can tell you more after the show. The
Well,
irony.
normally it would work, except Restream bot has not been working lately. So don't know what to tell you there, dude.
Yeah,
But
Restream's been a piece of shit. The irony is that Rambo series should have learned to stop being political after 88's Rambo 3. It was never fucking political beyond the point of that the government fucking sucks.
oh my God, Matthew
God.
Rosa, like
You are
what
a
is this
piece
guy
of
on about?
shit.
Like,
Matthew
you're the
Rosa.
same dude who praises fucking pro-communist propaganda and shit. Like, what the hell? Oh my God, the evil conservatives want to actually care for the troops. Like, yeah, we should stop fucking. You know what? I'll say it. Stop sending fucking aid to foreign countries until we can take care of our own fucking war vets. Like, what the fuck is so wrong about that? That's a conservative talking point now? Fuck off, Matt.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you call a brainwashed idiot. Dester
Ugh.
says the things I want to say, but it would just get censored. You know what? If it gets censored, all I have to do is hit the show button. It's not that big a deal. Pete, you got anything to add before I continue on here?
No, I dropped in a little late, so I'm still playing catch up. So let's continue on, and then I'll
right.
have a little more
All right.
opinion to interject.
Oh my God, this is kind of a book here. Oh my God. All right. And I'm gonna finish the rest of this before I lose my shit here completely, and then subsequently what's left of my voice. In retrospect, the story of an American who teaches the Soviet Union that invading Afghanistan is both immoral and strategically futile is downright embarrassing. One of the Afghan rebels famously tells Rambo Alexander the Great tried to conquer this country, then Genghis Khan, then the British, now Russia, but Afghan people fight hard. They'll never be defeated. Politically speaking, this is the most ironic movie in the series, given that we have been in Afghanistan since 2001. Excuse me, I had a little bit of hiccup thing there. There are obvious implications toward American foreign policy today, but the movie couldn't have known that. Our foreign policy today is the same it was back in the 80s. So it unintentionally criticizes the same neoconservative foreign policy ventures that the second film directly promoted, and this one tries to do too. Oh my fucking God, drink. One would hope that after such a humiliation, the Rambo series would have been discontinued, or at the very least refrain from propagandizing in the future.
Drink.
I'm gonna take a breath.
Matthew, aren't you the same type of person who got pissy when fucking Trump got rid of John Bolton? Like, I'm not even going to go on the rant that I'm going to go to. Limited time.
Yeah. The Rambo series would have been discontinued, or at the very least refrain from I already read that. Yet after a 20-year hiatus, 2008's Rambo hit theaters. It was called John Rambo. You piece of shit. It had the least offensive message in the series. It didn't have any message, you piece of shit. It discusses the persecution of Christians in Burma, as well as the 2007 Saffron Revolution, which were real tragedies, but treats all of its non-white characters as disposable fucking you piece of shit. Whether because they're cartoonish villains or because their terrible deaths are meant to make them seem substantive. Even worse, instead of leaning into its schlocky action movie roots like Rambo First Blood Part 2, why are you sucking First Blood Part 2's dick so hard when you're shitting on the rest of it? While simultaneously shitting on First Blood Part 2. Seriously. It tries so hard to be serious in its style that the end result is simply depressing. Think The Hurt Locker, but stupid. The Hurt Locker was stupid. The Hurt Locker tried to be fucking Rambo and failed spectacularly, you piece of shit. This brings us to Rambo Last Blood. Apparently learning nothing from the previous film of the series, Last Blood is even more bleak and dour than its predecessor, making it a depressing slog from the first frame. Wow. He did not even see the fucking movie. You piece of shit. Put your fucking phone down, pull your head out of your ass, and fucking learn to enjoy something, you piece of shit!
That's 3 more drinks for piece of shit, and I'm gonna tack on just an obligatory 5 extra drinks because the entirety of this article. I don't like Trump. I like communism, toxic masculinity. Like all this is just a gigantic soy boy fucking avocado toast reel about I'm a fucking far left socialist, democratic socialist. Vote for Bernie. I like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Fuck Trump.
A couple chats here. Manta Ray says we should have used nukes. Goatman says he needs to say hello to my little friend named Zeklon B. Dester says, like how that soy boy cocksocket is a perfect example of what I call a botched abortion from a constant drag to constantly dragging Trump into everything and never shut the fuck up about it. And of course, the retard is a commie. Jelly Duck says, fun fact, he's autistic. Nice burn there, Jelly Duck. Dester says, because communism is such a flawless government system, I mean, all those lives ended in countries destroyed by that literal tumor in political format because that wasn't real communism. Manta Ray says, we're making the world a better place. Fuck the world.
Also, Matthew Rosa, aren't you one of the same little fucking cocksucking pieces of shit that blamed Russia for Trump getting elected, but you're over here defending the United Soviet States of Russia? Fuck you.
Yeah, we're gonna keep going here. Sorry, Pete, you're not getting a word in edgewise, and I apologize for that.
That's okay, man. Don't worry about me.
Even worse, because Stallone is now in his 70s, the film can't pull off the virtuoso action sequences that were once the hallmarks of the franchise. How is it a 70-year-old man kicks so much ass in this movie?
It's called he's a fucking war vet. Did you see First Blood? Would you really want to fuck with Rambo even if he's in his 70s? Because that for me would be a big fuck nope.
All right, here we go. As a result, from the sole perspective of action movie spectacle, oh my fucking god, drink. This is easily the worst of them all, double drink. There's no memorable action stunts, and Rambo seems less like a badass than a delusional old man, one who does dumb things that would have gotten him killed if the script didn't find implausible ways of keeping him alive. He's a fucking war vet. The dudes he's tearing apart have no military experience. It's like putting a child in front of a fucking tractor and telling him to punch the tractor to death. You piece of fucking shit. Everything about this feels lazy and half-hearted. Even the subtitles have erotic and inaccurate punctuation and little detail that is symptomatic of bigger problems. The one viscerally effective moment of the movie comes at the very end, when a character has his chest carved open and his heart ripped out. Well, thank you for fucking spoiling it, you piece of shit. He promises the dude that he's going to pull his heart out and show it to him before he dies. And guess what? Rambo delivers. Oh my god. It would have been a powerful climax to a better action movie, but feels like a cheap geek show gimmick here because you didn't fucking watch it. You were too busy eye-rolling on Twitter talking about how communism is great and sucking the dude's cock next to you, you piece of shit!
You okay there?
My fucking god. Pete's just sitting there like, what the fuck did I stumble into tonight?
Yeah, like, how many drinks are you guys down?
God, not enough.
It doesn't sound like it.
I've finished about half of the bottle of vodka that I bought tonight.
Oh, vodka rough.
Tonight's bottle of vodka was let me look at the 1.75 liters. I'm down to about 0.5 liters right now.
Oh, that'll do it.
Oh my fucking god. And we're not even done yet. We still have 3 paragraphs here. Nothing about this movie works. Go fuck yourself, you piece of shit. Not Adrian Grunberg's directing. Not Matt Serlinix and Stallone's writing. Go fuck yourself, you piece of shit. Not the acting, the stunt work, or the special effects. Watch the fucking movie, you piece of shit. Pull that dude's dick out of your mouth. Pull that other dude's dick out of your ass. Stop being such a fucking pansy and watch the movie. Yet it is the political perspective of Rambo: Last Blood that makes it particularly appalling. Yes, there are a handful of good Mexican characters depicted in the film, mostly defined by their love for Rambo himself. You didn't even see the movie, you piece of shit. But the vast majority are portrayed as heinous. He goes against a fucking cartel. The whole movie is cyclical around his battle with the cartel getting justice for his adoptive daughter. You piece of shit. Watch the fucking movie.
Oh, this is like someone complaining about Sicario being political because it's, well, set in Mexico on the Texas-Mexico border. Like, oh no, it's anti-immigrant. No, dude, it's about fucking killing cartel members, you fuckhead.
There is the best friend of the one who sells one of the main characters to a sex slave cartel so she can steal her jewelry. The criminals who boast about their dehumanization of women. The shots of Mexico that ignore all of its beauty and focus on depicting it as a cesspit. Watch the fucking movie. Watch the fucking movie. You piece of shit. The message here is that you can't safely go to Mexico. It is not the message here, you piece of shit. Especially if you're a young woman. Because everyone there will try to rape you and exploit you. Also, you will definitely don't want those Mexicans coming to the United States unless you have a Rambo on your side who will America them to death. Go fuck yourself, you piece of shit.
Oh my god, that's 5 drinks right there. Just... ugh.
You piece of fucking shit. Go fuck yourself.
Oh my god, Matthew, you're one of those people that would go to a known war zone like Syria or Libya. Well, Libya's not technically
He'd sit in the middle of the war
Shit.
zone and go, this is fine. There's no problem here. You're just being xenophobic for demonizing these people for being at war. This is the last paragraph. I'm going to get through this. We're going to get through this, and we're going to get some thoughts about this piece of shit. And then we're going to continue on. At a time when children from Latin America are being ripped away from their parents at the southern border, when the president is planning to spend billions more on a boondoggle of a border wall, when racism against racial minorities is peaking, no it's not, you piece of shit. In other words, when we live in Trump's America, drink, it is impossible to view this film as anything other than rationalization of the very bigotries that are hurting millions of people in our real world. Or maybe it's just some dude trying to extract justice from some girl he fucking raised from a child from childhood because they fucking drugged her and they fucking killed her. Go fuck yourself, you piece of shit!
Damn, I don't think I've ever seen Shandor this worked up, but then again, it is Matthew Rosa, and he is, at this point, quite literally, a piece of shit. And again, this is like complaining that a movie set in Africa has too many black people. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, are you serious? Like, how hard are you trying to virtue signal and Orange Man bad through this article? Like, I don't really even know. I know more about the movie from the few things Frank has said than from this asshole rambling on about how Trump is bad and immigration good.
I've been going, oh my god, my voice is fucking shot. Dear, I am fucking done, dude. Like, stick a fork in me. I gotta read some of these chats. Goatman says, I have an uncle that is 86 and still goes out to his bush to cut trees down to heat his home in the winter.
Sounds like my granddad.
Yeah, Dester says, hang on, I gotta go way back here. Manta Ray says, nope, never mind, I read that chat earlier. Dester says, God for fucking bid anyone say anything true about the situations in Mexico with cartels killing people all the time. I remember getting shot at on it at it in at least 15 different occasions, and that was in one goddamn week. Yeah, that's about how long this movie is set in. It's set in about the span of a week. Manta Ray says like that, not. Jelly Duck is laughing. Manta Ray says sorry, I mean bit. So he liked that one. He liked that bit. Goatman says I haven't. Okay, I already read that one. Dester says it's getting to the point where I'm going to have to go to the next. Go to the next soy, and let's be honest. Probably drug riddled, lazy, never worked a hard labor job because it's always upper middle class mongoloids that do this bullshit all the goddamn time because it's because the suburb never had a hard time. No, they didn't. No, they never really did shit. Mr. Napoli says these people don't like movies. He caps it, so Streamlabs bot fucked him over for that. But sorry about that, Monopoly. Manta Ray says nice. I can hear Pete vaping. Mr. Monopoly is telling the bot to fuck off. He also says USA. I can't silence the bot, Mr. Monopoly. I apologize. Goatman is threatening to clap Streamlabs bot. Goatman says get some thoughts. Dester says, you know what? If the walking pocket pussy, if that walking pocket pussy, he didn't have enough balls to be a dick to. Okay, I don't understand what you're trying to say there, Dester. I apologize. Hey, Mr. Monopoly wants us to get Ralts. I don't have a line to Ralts. I apologize for that. Jelly Duck says Rosa gets owned. I'm reading so many chats here. Monopoly says MAGA. How about Dester says how about X country is being misrepresented by but you know for a fucking fact they'll never go to said countries, and if they did they'll never leave the hotel. Monopoly says holy shit. Manta Ray says I have never heard have you ever heard I can't keep up with these chats, guys. We're just gonna head over. Pete, what are your thoughts on this last review, or on this first review rather?
Look, I think what you've got here is a typical hack Hollywood journalist. They're useless. This whole thing is going to be replete with this kind of nonsense. This is a dangerous drinking game to play.
Oh fuck yeah!
Because it's just there's too many trigger words in here. Far too many of them.
No, I agree with you completely. But John Rambo's a dangerous man, so we have to pay tribute.
Yes, it's appropriate.
This movie was so great, though. Like, it is devoid of any political messaging, and the only message in it is you fuck with Rambo's family, he's gonna come after you. He wanted to leave it behind, and he couldn't, because some assholes. First off, some asshole sold out her quote unquote friend, right? As was suggested in the movie here, because she was a cunt. All right, she was a fucking cunt, and she sold her friend out. The next the next thing we get is that his adopted daughter dies. And it's sad, and it sucks. And the events that follow are truly worthy rather, of John Rambo's wrath.
I mean, it's strange. It feels like fucking Soy Boy Rosa over here is actually cheering for the fucking cartels. Like, is it just me, or did you get that impression as well, Pete?
You there, Pete, buddy? I think he might have stepped away for a second.
It's
Actually,
possible.
I had my mic turned off like a knucklehead.
Oh.
because I was over here blowing my nose and coughing, and I wanted to mute myself, and I forgot to turn it back on. So I was sitting here talking for a minute. Then I realized the mic was off. So yeah, real smooth of me, real smooth stuff there. But what I was saying was, I think that when it comes down to it, these articles are written by hack journalists, and it's hard to extrapolate. Something as minor as does he sound like he's in support of the cartels? It's hard to extrapolate something like that from such a pile of mush. This is like the mashed potatoes of a review. There's no real consistent, not even good mashed potatoes, but kind of watery mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes that just aren't very good.
Yeah.
But it's that consistency. That's what this review is. And I think you're just going to see more of that sprinkled with the different buzzwords of their religion.
I would go as far as to say it was more like oats. Like when you make oatmeal.
Yeah, that's pretty sloppy.
I mean, it's like oatmeal with 2 cups of water instead of 1. Like it's just bad. Like he spent more time throwing buzzwords in and complaining about Trump than actually critiquing the movie. Like Jeremy Johns does a better review in 1 minute than this guy took an entire freaking article to do.
If that's
a lengthy one at that.
If that's all the critics have to say, and that was just one random review. If that's all the critics have to say, no wonder this movie's doing gangbusters. Because they're going to it, and they're seeing that this movie doesn't have political messaging. It has a message of family.
Yeah, first off, it's an action flick. So if you're complaining about gratuitous violence in a Rambo film, I highly question your mental stability.
Let's get into the audience reviews here, because we only got about a half hour before Pete has to take out, and I want him to get as much time in as he can before he's got to head off to do High Strangeness.
All right, let me get this pulled up here. Let me take a look myself here.
Yeah, while you do that, I'll just talk a little bit. It's very strange to me. I mean, it's not surprising, but it's strange that people like Matthew Rosa and the other number of just garbage critics have to see a political message in everything. Like, is it a sin now to just have escapism and entertainment? Like, does everything have to be fucking political? Like, can we have a movie where it's just about family or revenge, or does Punisher have to be political now? Like,
yes, the Punisher has to be political. The Punisher has to fight white supremacy, just like the Watchmen have to fight white supremacy. Sorry, denied, Doku.
It's just so tiresome. It's like, damn it, man. This is the reason I don't even go to my local comic shop anymore, because everything is just political fucking propaganda.
It's hilarious
that
it's hilarious that he's bitching about political propaganda, and he's not bitching about political propaganda in comic books.
Yeah, well, it's the double standard. Everything is great as long as it falls in line with my worldview, and if it doesn't, then it's some evil alt-right toxic this that buzzword. Go fuck yourself and fuck the avocado toast boat you rode in on. Like, just ugh.
All right, so leading the audience score, or the audience reviews. Pete, you got something good for us?
Yeah, I just got totally distracted by another critic review, but let me check out these audience reviews.
Oh, read the blurb for us. Read the critic blurb.
Okay, this one was from Peter Houtlab. He's a top critic for the San Francisco Chronicle. And he says, this latest chapter feels like a bad Rocky sequel has infected a good Rambo movie. Along the way, the makers of Last Blood lost track of the thing that draws us to the character.
Wow.
So I thought this was pretty short. I went looking to see if I could find the rest of the review. I did. It doesn't seem like there's so much political commentary going on in this article. It does point out that Rambo feels like a myth, portrayed with a hollow sadness by Sylvester Stallone. He's a more sympathetic version of Michael Myers from Halloween or Jason from Friday the 13th. a proud soldier who was turned into a tool by society, then discarded. So now being that blunt object of destruction is the only thing he understands. Last Blood opens with something unsettling for fans of the series, Happy Rambo. He's now on a horse ranch in Arizona with members of with a family, including his niece, Gabrielle, whose care for Rambo and the need for his mentorships mirrors the Rocky Adonis relationship in the recent Creed movies. But just when you're thinking, I could watch a whole movie of this, Rambo's filling life talking to horses and scaring Gabrielle's potential suitors is turned upside down. A sex trafficking cartel forces its way into the picture and triggers the emergence of a very, very unhappy Rambo. Along the way, there are holes in Rambo Last Blood, big and small. What exactly is the economic model of this horse ranch that appears to operate with 2 horses and 14,000 tons of hay? What are the agricultural purposes of Rambo's sprawling system of underground passages, the size of BART tunnels on his ranch? And how did a 70-year-old man with no boring machine find the time to dig them? Number 3. Now that he's settled down with a family, why does Rambo continue to stockpile Vietnam area explosives?
I gotta pause you here for a second, Pete. This last one is the last hole that he brings up is hilarious, because what vet doesn't? Like, my father had rifles and shit hidden all over our tiny 2-bedroom apartment in fucking Spring Valley, New York. All right, this was while he was the superintendent for a 3-family complex in which we lived in. One of our the apartment we lived in was a 2-bedroom fucking little shithole underneath two other apartments. He had shit all over the place.
And also, it seems like, well, first off, if you're wondering about like, well, what's the economy of this horse ranch? Like, why are there only 2 horse? Like, really?
What's it
Of
fucking
all the
matter?
nitpicks, that's what you're going with?
What's the fucking matter? The first 2 holes. What's it fucking matter? It's obvious that this ranch has been established for a while. All right, and maybe the 14,000 tons of hay are to cover the entrances to said foxholes and tunnels that he has put under his ranch. And maybe he rented a boring machine. Who the fuck cares? Sorry,
It's
Pete.
just
You
a
may
really
continue.
weird nitpick. Go ahead, Pete.
Go ahead, Pete. Go ahead.
No. I don't need to slow all the way through this entire article to get to the point. This is just another shill. You know, they're looking for plot holes in the movie, big or small. Anything they can wiggle some room through.
Anything to stick your pinky in so they can shit on it.
Makes no sense.
So a critic desperately trying to find something to critique, which also, just something I have to point out. Why is seeing Rambo, and this is the beginning of the movie, and you don't need to have seen it to piece this much together. Why is it so bad to see Rambo have a family and actually be happy, considering all the crap he's been through and the PTSD? Like, why is that a bad thing? Like, that seems kind of fucked up.
Jelly Duck's heading out, guys. Take it easy, Jelly Ducks. Thanks for joining us. Oh,
Later,
my
Jelly Duck.
God. I cannot fucking see straight right now. Jelly Duck says, has anyone seen Matthew Rose's new tweet? Destry character limits are fucking Marina. Monopoly says, I'm messing with the bot. Manta Ray says, womp womp. Destry says, I need a new microphone or to get a computer because migraines from YouTube's horse shit. Everyone's talking about manga for some reason, I guess. Destry says, if people knew the shit I hid out in the woods. Yeah, I know. See, war vets always hide shit. They're great at fucking stocking up on firearms and explosives and shit. So who's going to read the first audience review?
I'll read one, then I got to roll out. I got to get set up for the show. But
yeah, we're gonna head off shortly here after, so that means we got another couple before you after you roll out here, Pete. But please feel free.
Thank you. So this person here, Ken S. says 5 stars. 5 stars. He's verified. This review's from 9 minutes ago. New Rambo was fucking fantastic. Gotta love watching cartel scum who use girls as sex slaves get butchered like cattle. Winky emoji. Or no, smile emoji.
I can't tell, man. Like, I can barely read.
I agree with that review. That is not a drink, that is a cheers.
That is a cheers. Dester, I've given you a wrench, so you feel free to post whatever shit you want. You can moderate your own comments from now on. I agree with him completely. I agree with Ken S.'s review completely. That was a fan-fucking-tastic movie. You got
All right.
Who's next?
The next one, go to page 2. Because I want to read a 1-star from Diane Romero.
All right.
It's like,
I'm not seeing it. Hang on. Let me let me go back. Are we on Are you just doing verified audience?
no, I'm doing all audience.
All right.
It might be on page 3. Maybe some new reviews came in.
Not on page 3. Page 4.
Page 4. Going up. Page 5. Haberdashery.
Fucking Pete.
Well, fuck it. I'll just read it.
Yeah.
Diane Romero, for 1 star, says, so unrealistic. Just plain stupid. I wasn't the only one in the theater laughing out loud.
They were laughing for other reasons, you dumb cunt. Drink for the dumb cunt.
Here's an anonymous 1 star. It says, the unintentional comedy of the year.
It's ironic that these people are giving this movie 1 star, but it sounds like if you were laughing out loud, you still must have at least enjoyed yourself. Whether you view it as an action movie or a comedy, at least you somehow enjoyed it.
Here's a verified one from James O. I'm guessing he doesn't give that O to his significant other. Here's a chat from Pete, or from Dester rather. Pete, you sir have been refreshingly mellow through this. He has. It's been great. He's been my anchor. Manta Ray says I was laughing, but that was because I'm insane.
We're all insane here.
Go see Rambo Last Blood if you haven't. James O says, don't get me wrong, I love Rambo, grew up on the franchise. First time I think I ever saw a Stallone movie was First Blood. But this just didn't match up to the expectations of what made a Rambo movie so different, which was the character and the plot. Stallone's new take on the character is almost a 180-degree difference. He's a man who now has something and loses it, causing retaliation versus never having anything but just keeps getting pushed to the breaking point.
Oh, here's a perfect review from Amy M.
Hang on, it's not done yet. I had to fucking refresh. And there's more to it. Where the fuck did it go?
Rotten Tomatoes up the games.
They are. It was a verified review, so where's verified? Oh, son of a bitch. It won't let me read the rest of it. I'm just gonna go ahead and issue a drinking order.
Drink indeed. And while we do that, it's going to be followed up with the cheers, because I think this is probably as perfect of a review as we can get, considering what we said on the stream thus far. Amy M, for 5 stars, said, it was an awesome movie. Tender to the heart and action-packed with tons of very much deserved bloody deaths to the bad guys. Rambo's revenge is well thought out, and he takes advantage of his military training. It makes you question how far will you go for your loved ones, and what would you do to avenge them. A must-see. My only complaint is the movie was too short. I wanted to see more carnage. I agree, Amy M. A
lot of the action was rushed at the end, and that's my only complaint. Was a lot of those kills were just like boom, 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 they're done, and they only really ever stopped on a few kills that were unique. Like this one dude gets his face trifurcated. It is fucking beautiful. It's fucking beautiful, guys. Like, it's beautiful.
This reminds me of at least the theme of the movie reminds me a lot. I can't remember the name of it, but what's the movie about? It's the two brothers. One's a war vet, and he's basically a underground fighting ring person, and he ends up getting killed, and his brother becomes uh, becomes a underground fighter to get revenge for him, and it fucks him all up. Ah, damn it! What the hell's the name of that movie?
Who's in it?
I'll remember it probably by like in the next hour or so if I do.
Yeah,
Great movie.
after you've already gone and we're wrapping up, and then by the time like outro music is already playing, Doak will be like, "Ah, shit."
That's how it happens. It is a good movie, but it is kind of sad because again, dude's brother gets killed. He basically the main character is always telling him like, you shouldn't be doing these underground fighting rings and shit, and the dude's like, yeah, my country gave me this, and shows him like he got shot in the fucking gut and everything, and then he gets basically tossed to the wayside and screwed over by the VA. Basically tells his brother to piss off, ends up winning or almost botching a fight that he's supposed to throw, gets killed for it, and then his brother basically becomes the same exact thing he was telling his brother not to do, ends up with fucking hardcore PTSD, and then ends up dead at the end of the movie.
It's weird. Dester says he finds it funny but infuriating. I haven't been in a video. Let's make one. I'm getting censored with a vengeance. Yeah, man. Shoot me a message on Twitter and we'll work something out. Manta Ray says that movie was just the right amount of time. Didn't hate it. Fuck me like it part 2. Didn't hate it like part 2. Okay, I wish they would have spent a little bit more time on some of the kills. Like some of them were just like, okay, well they just got shot by an auto. But otherwise it was whatever. I think this
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I gotta run. I will thank you so much for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
Well, I was gonna have you read our last review before we head on out.
Always a pleasure to be here, guys. Hopefully, I'll see you over in the show later.
It's always a pleasure, Pete. You're always welcome to come over here and hang out and shoot the shit and potentially kill your liver.
I'm gonna try and hang out in the highest strangeness chat after this, but I can't promise anything with 0.25 or 25% of this bottle of vodka left. I just don't know if I can make it, dude.
You'll push on through. I believe in you.
I believe in me too. What's the nice topic, by the way?
Oh, tonight we're talking about the Blue Apple Stargate that involves Jesus and Mary Magdalene having a secret child.
Interesting.
I believe that. So if you haven't seen High Strangeness already, go ahead on over to Creepy Little Book. Over here on YouTube, youtube.com/creepylittlebook/live at 1:30 p.m. Central Standard or Eastern Standard Time, 12:30 a.m.
around here in Philly,
Central Standard Time.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Thank you. I hope you have a great night.
Hey, thanks.
You too, Pete.
Try not to lose your minds over these reviews. They're all shills anyway.
Oh my god, yeah, like that first one. My god, who?
That was painful.
That
was one of the worst reviews we've ever read on this channel.
Pete, take it easy, man. Thanks for coming.
Good night, guys. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Later, Pete. Have a good stream later, man.
I don't think I've ever been that worked up reading of a review.
That's the most pissed off I've ever seen you, to be honest. I have not seen you that mad.
I was ready to fucking punch my wall. My throat is still... I think I'm gonna shut off the Streamlabs bot. I gotta figure out how to do the moderation thing. And like...
then again, I don't blame you for getting pissed off over that review. I wasn't saying much because I was over here gritting my teeth. Like, you're supposed to be a fucking movie critic. You're not a journalist for the fucking New York Times, you fuckhead. Like,
here's a 1-star review from a Darren. We know a Darren.
Oh boy.
I know this isn't the same Darren. We know. But Here's God, everyone is getting pissy at the Streamlabs spot. Guys, I'm sorry. Let me fucking fix it. Monopoly's just getting dunked on by the Streamlabs bot. Oh my god. Um can you put out the stream tip, the Streamlab slash streamlab.com/Frank Shandor/tip in the chat for everything. I'm gonna read this last review from Darren S, and then we're gonna talk about this a little bit before we head on out of here. And
I can't type in the chat for some reason.
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god.
It's fucking YouTube.
Alright, well I guess I have to type this out. How did this get made? This is from Darren S. How did this get made, and how did Stallone go along with it? I know it's becoming a meme to review of this as a as 5-star, but I can't. Rambo died because of this film being made. The sad cookie-cutter Home Alone style action film that has a hollow shell of characters you end up having no attachment or care about. This is another sad example of the lack of originality that is in Hollywood now, and all they can do is destroy beloved groundbreaking movie series in order to make a quick buck. Save your time and money. Let's see what else he's reviewed. Absolutely nothing. He says save your money, hard pass. He joined. There's no
Later, Man Ray.
Take it easy, Man Ray. Thanks for joining us. I am guessing that this is a bot review. So let's...
And also, real quick, Dester, here's my Rambo review. Don't fuck with John Rambo and you don't get free open heart surgery. That's a good review.
That's pretty much it.
I don't know if this would be a bot. I don't know if that would be a bot review, though. I think that's more of a shill review, but I do agree with one point. Yeah, there is a lack of creativity in Hollywood, but at the same time, it's a Rambo movie, and it's only an hour and 29-minute runtime.
Okay,
like,
when you walk into a Rambo movie, especially after John Rambo from 2008, right? When you walk into a movie like that, you know what you're getting. You know that he's going to be a little bit more docile. You know that he's going to try and put the lid on shit. He even says as much in the movie. He's like, I'm just trying to keep a lid on it. Monopoly says, good night all. Thanks, man. Thanks for joining us. Have a great
Later,
night.
Dude.
He even goes as far as to say he's trying to put a lid on it, that he's trying to keep his rage in check. And that's the beauty of this movie, is that he's doing everything he can to not be the John Rambo that everyone knows. He's trying to be a different person.
Well, and here's the thing, like this person said in the review, like, oh, well, you're not attached to the character. Like, you should already know enough about Rambo that seeing him with an adopted daughter, like trying to live a normal life, not be a bloodthirsty, revenge-obsessed fucking killer, should be enough. Like, what, you expect them to spend the first 2/3 of the movie building up the characters and the backstory? Like, come on, dude. Like, that's a bit of a petty pick.
It is. So Darren, you get... I'm assuming your last name that starts with S is sucks his own dick. Darren sucks his own dick. You get the award for biggest shill of the evening. And this is on top of fucking...
Fucking Matthew Raza.
No, Matilda Rosa. That fucking bitch.
Yeah, Matilda, that's what we're going to start calling him from now on. Just Matilda. I mean, again, it
that's
seems...
the point of why he's being shown happy, because you know he's going to have it ripped away from him, and to watch him relapse like an addict. No, his last name is his boyfriend's dick. Oh, ouch.
Ooh, that's a drink for savagery.
I think I'm gonna honestly, I'm glad I haven't eaten anything since I got home from work. And the last thing I ate was around 6 o'clock p.m. So, I'm glad I haven't eaten for a while. Holy shit.
That's probably a good thing.
I honestly think I'm gonna be sick. I have had way too much alcohol.
And also, that review from Darren, I just got to say this much before we roll on out of here. That review from Darren reminds me of people who think themselves to be film critics. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying we are critics. If anything, we're amateurish at best.
We're critics. That's what we're critics.
Yeah, we critique the critics. We call them out on their bullshit. We're watchdog critics. But no, that type of review just reminds me of the people, and we have done this before, where if we're going to critique something, we look for something to critique. This just feels like a try hard. Like,
no, he
at least we'll
is.
give credit where credit's due.
I gotta give big shout out to Dester here. He's looking after my well-being. He says, "Go to sleep. You're gonna hurl." He's talking to me specifically. He says, "Eat some bread. You'll need it, and get some sleep." I will get some sleep, but not quite yet. I still got some Overwatch I want to play after this stream is over, and there's gonna be some high strangeness going on, so I might dip in for that. I don't know if I'll be capable of doing either, but I appreciate you looking out for me. My brain is gone, Doku. It's gone.
Yeah, after that fucking review from Matilda. Oh, God, man, that was painful. That was just so fucking painful. Before we do roll on out of here, if the audience thinks this is a good idea, I'm going to pitch something. At some point in the future, I haven't played it, but I've watched plenty of Let's Plays, and it's close enough to a film that I actually do want to do a review and critique of Man of Medan.
Just set it up, man. Just set it up. You know how to do it, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's a game that I really want to get. I just got to get my rig fixed.
Goatman says, drink a few glasses of water before sleeping. I've got a half-gallon jug of water waiting for me upstairs with ice in it. Because I'm going to need that ice to help me cool down after Matilda Rosa's fucking dumb piece of shit article.
Des says, Doku, that's a movie disguised as a game. That's why I want to get it, and I also want to play, what's the other one before it? Until Dawn, I think it is, from the same studio. But I like that format.
Damn.
It's like a choose-your-own-adventure book. Yeah, okay, yeah, Until Dawn. I've watched Let's Plays of that, too. I like that idea where you play the game, you choose the characters' decisions, and that affects the story. And I'm a horror fan by nature. Just fun little fact. Every Christmas and every Valentine's, as I was growing up as a kid, me and my mom would always watch horror movies. Because that's the type of family I live in.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to roll the fuck on out of here. Thank you for joining us. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, do all the things, and then get your friends to join in on the debauchery. We are 10 subs away from meeting our goal. We have 3 weeks to meet our goal of 100 subs. If you would like to see Exiled Opinions continue to do the Rotten Tomatoes drinking game, at the very least, please help us get those 10 subs.
And it would be a really nice birthday gift. Just saying.
It would be. Doku and I would love you forever. That is our birthday gift from you guys. So, Goatman says, man of my dong. Dester says, no, I'm pretty sure that's the Pornhub parody.
Well, thank you everybody for joining. And, as usual, fuck, and is, in this case, a very special fuck the critics and go fuck yourself in your own asshole, Matilda. You piece of shit.
So I've left the Streamlabs link if you guys want to throw some shekels at us to in appreciation of what we do, you don't have to. Dester says, I'll see you all in hell. Thanks for joining us, Dester. Thanks for joining us, Goatman, Jacob, Manta Ray, James, Henry, Harvester, all of you guys. If I've missed you, I apologize. I didn't see any other names in the chat, or I just plumb forgot. Just make yourselves known. Thanks for joining us, and as always, stay metal, ladies and gentlemen.